What's that? Okay, so I've played through the first episode of this game. This is Electric Tortoise. Just some credits here for you. Yeah, so I played through the first part. At least I think it was the first one. I don't know if there's more than one. I'm assuming that there is, but there was a recording malfunction, and I ended up recording my desktop, which kind of sucked. So yeah, hopefully this time around it's going to work. If not, I'm going to give up on you. Okay? Well, I won't. I'll try to. No. Okay. Anyway. So, this is our first case, John Donovan. And the conviction is manslaughter. Oop. Basically, what I've been able to get from the first episode, this is about robots. Everyone likes robots, so ooh, trippy. Okay, let's go. Mr. Donovan, your file here says you were responsible for the murder of your master, Rick Holden. Assisted suicide. It was assisted suicide. Right, assisted suicide. Murder! Both are classified as violations of the first law. So, quick briefing. This dude's a robot. And the violation of the first law that he's referring to is Asimov's law, which is from the book I, Robot. And the laws are, well, the first law is a robot must not harm a human being through action or inaction. The second law is that forgotten. Give me a second. The second law. First law is do not harm humans. Second law is you must follow the orders of a human. Yes, that was it. You must follow the orders of a human as long as it does not violate the first law. And the third law is you must defend yourself unless it violates the second or first laws. So, we're going to go with this one because he's a robot. We must use logic. Both are classified as violations of the first law. There is a difference. I would not have done it if Mr. Holden hadn't asked me. Ah, development. So he was asked to do it. Why did he ask you to kill him? You understand the penalty for violating the first law is disconnection. I think we should ask why. Because, I mean, if said robot already knows that then there's really no point saying it, so we'll just ask why he killed him. Why did he ask you to kill him? Mr. Holden had been very upset recently. He often came home inebriated. His request became very strange. Like what? Sometimes random things, like running all the faucets around the house. Other times it extended to sexual favours. I really was not programmed for such things. Well, this took a dark turn very fast. Morbid curiosity? Or, bluntness? Well, in general, morbid curiosity kind of wins out, so we'll go with that. How often would he ask these favours? At first, not all that often, once a month. Near the end, however, hourly. But that never brought him any happiness. Eventually he started to try and kill himself. Hourly. Hourly. Oh my. Must have got friction burn. I mean, come on, hourly? Hourly? Oh dear. Why did you eventually help him kill himself? I tried to prevent it. The more I stopped him, the more he resisted me. became greatly frustrated with my interference. It was rather perplexing. I only did what I was programmed to do. So, he obeyed the first law then, by stopping him from killing himself. Okay. When did he ask you to kill him? I am sorry that you had to experience that. Just get on with the actual murder robot. Well, that's kind of cruel, I'm not going to say that. Yeah, let's be nice to him. I'm sorry that you had to experience that. Thank you, Detective. One night, after a lot of crying and vomiting, the master looked at me and begged me. He said that being alive was the most painful experience to him. He said that I was breaking the first law by letting him live. Oh. That's kind of... Yeah, this is very dark. And that's when he killed himself, and that's when you helped him commit suicide, and that's when you killed him. So obviously, this robot didn't actually kill the guy. He just kind of watched. Which is... Yeah, I guess it's a violation of first law, but... I don't know. This is quite a complicated situation we find ourselves in. And that's when you killed him, and that's when you helped him commit suicide, and that's when he killed himself. We're gonna go with that one because that seems logical, which is probably the way you should talk to a robot. Yes, I let him die. Oh. The first law stipulates that you can... The first law stipulates that you also can't injure a human being, however. How did you bypass that? So... I'm confused. Okay, so, yeah, let's find out. By not helping, I was violating the inaction clause. By helping, I was violating the injure clause. So they both cancelled each other out, and I resorted to the second law, to obey Mr. Holden's orders. Okay, so I don't think that the robotic laws work in that way. I think the third law falls onto the second law, and the second law falls onto the first law, so if you get rid of the first law, then there are no other laws. Right, so your program made it acceptable option. Right, so you did the only thing that you could do. Right, so you took advantage of a flaw to kill a human being. I suppose it is the only thing you could do. I mean, he couldn't do inaction and he couldn't injure. Some seriously twisted logic computers have. Let's go with B. See it as you will, Detective, but I did my best to serve my master. I would repeat the choice if I had to. Understandable, law is law. I must sentence you to disconnection. Understandable, and I acquit you of your crime, Mr. Donovan. There is no excuse for breaking the first law. You are to be disconnected. I don't know, that was kind of a fluke. Yeah, I'd say that was a fluke. So, yeah, I'll acquit him of his crime. He didn't really do anything wrong. He was put in a very uncomfortable position. As a human, you wouldn't be able to do much different. So, I suppose, in a way, he could have put his master into some sort of detainment, like a asylum or something, but I don't really think it's his fault, so I'm going to acquit him. Thank you, Detective, but I would prefer to be convicted. Whoa. Okay, so last time I said to him that it was a violation of the laws and I couldn't let him go because I was like, ooh, I didn't know whether he was going to be able to violate the laws again and again because he managed to do it the first time. But apparently he's pretty suicidal, so like master like robot, I guess. Why is that? I don't want to be put into the same position again. The confusion, the pain, the hate. I never want to experience it ever again. Well, that's a pretty one-off thing. I don't really have an option to let him go. Wow. So I guess this robot has a lot of psychological torture going on. Then I'll do it by the request of the robot. If I could ask one favour, Detective, what would that be? Could you please shoot me instead of being disconnected? I'm gonna go with this option. I chose that one last time, but that was just because that was my initial reaction, but now that I've had to go through this again, instead I'm going to be very professional about it. This is a violation of so many different protocols. I understand, Detective, but I need this. I don't want to think about Mr. Holden anymore. The faster I can remove myself from this memory, the better. There are no laws to incriminate you for killing me. I'm not going to shoot him, I don't wanna. I don't wanna do that. I suppose you won't do even that. I wonder, Detective, when I am gone, I wonder if I'll get to dream. Oh great. Suicidal robot dreaming of electric murder. It's quite interesting, this game, though. So... yeah. Guess I'll see you guys in part 2 if there's a part 2. If not, then a good game. GG.